Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Cavaliers Courtside. I'm your host, John Michael, right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. We are here inside the newly named Rocket Arena, and we have a terrific show on tap for you this evening. We're going to start with Brevin Knight, who played 12 seasons in the NBA. His first 3+ were here in Cleveland. We're going to recap what was a wonderful All-Star weekend. The festivities were terrific. The Cavs, of course, were well represented, and we will hear from the newest Cavalier, the springy Javonte Green. Just a couple of nights ago, on the first night that this place was renamed Rocket Arena, the Cavs christened it beautifully. A 37-point demolition of the New York Knicks. The Knicks came in with the 4th best record in the NBA, and they left after getting walloped by our Cavaliers.
Here's Mitchell the other way. Mitchell will stop and fire. He knocks it down. It's a long 2 for Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell weaves his way into it. 3 that he buries.
Boy, I tell you, Donovan's feeling it tonight.
Mobley at the rim. What a surgical feed by Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell is blocked by Anunoby. Shot clock now goes forward as Mitchell turned him inside out. Hangs in the air. Hunter from a sharp angle. Oh, my! How did Hunter find that 3? Mitchell spins it back to Mobley. Mobley fires it home. The Cavs with a 17-point lead.
Yeah, Coro did a good job of boxing out Karl Anthony Towns, giving away about 50 pounds. DeAndre Hunter, wow.
Hunter got it. DeAndre Hunter has gone 4 for 4. Brunson works on Hunter halfway down the alley. Off balance, he missed it. Here's Jerome up this. Struces all by his lonesome.
This New York Knicks team has won 10 out of 12. So these are good basketball teams, and we're just absolutely dismantling.
Hey everyone, we welcome you back to Cavaliers Courtside, and we are joined by our special guest. It is Brevin Knight. Brevin, great to see you.
Man, always nice to come back to Cleveland. Like, it is a different Cleveland in terms of the arena and everything around, but always great to be back in the city.
Yeah, there's no question. Always great to have you in this building. You had a terrific 12-year career, your first 3+ seasons here in Cleveland. What do you like about this version of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Well, the thing that you love about it, and I've been rooting for Cleveland since I've left, and I always wanted to see successful because of the fans. And these fans have been always behind this organization. They've continued to come out, and so to be able to put forth the product on the floor the way that they have has been fun. Offensively, they get up and down the floor. They're exciting. Multiple guys can hurt you with this team, but there's the same dedication to the defensive side. And I say, whenever you can get offensive players to still have a defensive mindset, then you put yourself in a great position to be successful. And I think that's why this team is that way.
Really well said. You know, when you made your Cavalier debut in '97, you were thrust right into the starting lineup. The Cavs have a number of young stars, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, who had to deal with exactly the same thing. How much did that help you in terms of your development as you went forward in the NBA?
Well, I think the other thing that helped me was I had good veterans. Yeah. You know, with having Sean Kemp being around, he was a big voice for us. But then we also had so many young guys learning together that made it that much more fun. And so from there, it was almost like I had a chance to see what it took to be successful. And then you can just take that to the other stops and just try to give as much wisdom as you can get. I always tell people, you never want to over-talk yourself. You want to talk when people need to hear you, and other than that, you want to let your play do the most talking. And so I think those things, having Fratello was great for me. I know he would irk a lot of people. He may rub you the wrong way, but the lessons that I got from him, I carried throughout my career.
The Cavaliers this season are marked by a number of 7-footers who are impactful, obviously, and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. What did it mean for you to play with big men like Kemp, like Big Z, when you were a young guard in your career?
Oh, it made the game a lot easier. Kemp, number one, to just be able to throw him the ball, and we knew every night you could pencil him in for 20 and 10. Me and Z, we got a really nice relationship when we would play, whether it was picking and popping for him because he can shoot it, or when he rolled to the basket. I just had to put enough pressure to allow his defender to get back to come to me to give him easy opportunities. So I think it was nice, and it was a luxury that it wasn't asked to do more than I needed to do on a regular basis. It was just trying to make others better. and it's nice when you have two guys who are already great in and of themselves, just aid them along. So I think it was a big positive for me.
I know Cleveland means a lot to you. What are some of your fondest memories from playing in this city?
Well, everybody talks about the seat. The color of the seats were big. It was but the biggest thing I tell people was coming to the gym every day to work. We used to go upstairs in the practice arena. The practice gym was right here in the arena. We would practice. We would come back, and it made it feel like when we came here was home. And that was the biggest thing I loved. We knew that the fans, I said earlier, the fans were going to be here. We had something to play for on a regular basis, and so it's nice to still come back and see everyone, the excitement for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, to see everybody wearing the Cavaliers gear as you walk around, because the Browns still were still they coveted a lot of that at that time. So to see the Cavs, it's just fun to see this organization be back where they ought to be.
We're joined by our special guest, Brevin Knight, who does a fantastic job with Pete Pranica on the Memphis Grizzlies broadcast. You get a good look at the West. In terms of handicapping what you see as we head down the stretch, who's dangerous out there in the Western Conference?
Well, the most dangerous team is Oklahoma City Thunder. And they're dangerous because of what I said earlier, where you get offensive guys to play defense. And then when you have someone as special as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but doing what he does, but Jalen Williams has come along very well. And so the two of them, they dominate the ball in terms of making plays, and the other guys play off from them well. But defensively, they're such a dynamic team. And then you can't ever go away from the Denver Nuggets and what they've been able to do because of the age and wisdom of what it takes to be able to win and get to winning time. And then you worry from there, you start to look at the teams a little lower. The Clippers are very dangerous with Kawhi Leonard being back, and they're Norman Powell playing extremely well. And the one team that's a sleeper for me is the Dallas Mavericks. If they're able to get Anthony Davis to be back healthy, and if they get back one of those centers, then they're a dynamic team with Kyrie Irving playing well. So it's going to be a gauntlet up and down the Western Conference, but this Grizzlies team feels very confident that they're right in the mix with every other team in the West, and that they can beat anybody in the 7-game series.
Yeah, I was going to say, this guy's being a little humble here. John Moran and the Grizzlies certainly are a dangerous group out in the West. What was your reaction when you heard of the big Laker-Dallas trade?
That this is a business. I try to tell everybody, fans and everybody, and you understand this, they get caught in the sport of it. But we all know, being in it, that it's a business of basketball. Yeah. And that business is more than just what happens on the floor. There are a lot of the components that go into why and how you keep people and what the makeup of teams are. And so that was just the biggest example of it. Was it a surprise? Yes. Because the timing of it. It wasn't in the offseason. It was right at the deadline. That was more of a head scratcher than anything. But it happening, it just means that everybody's put on alert that anybody and everybody can go at some point in time.
I know you love your NBA history. You're a student of the game. Could you think of another time in NBA history, in the middle of a player's career, like Luka Doncic, that a fan base was this shocked that he was moved in the middle of his career? We've been thinking about this for a long time. Maybe not in the NBA, maybe not in any sport, where a player at the pinnacle of his career was moved this unexpectedly to feel like a kick in the gut for a fan base like Dallas.
I think this is unprecedented.
Right.
And because you're talking about arguably a top 3 to 5 player in our game, and a guy who is still young, has a lot of basketball still to be played. I don't know throughout the sports. I don't know NHL. I don't know the other major sports enough to say was there another big mid-season trade. But within our league, I don't think there's been anybody moved at the trade deadline with as much as he still has in front of him for his career that we can say. But like I said, it's the business. And for the Lakers, they had to find another superstar. You can't be in Los Angeles and not have one. And so I think what they did was they made sure they were ready for when LeBron moves on, and they have that guy that they can continue to build around.
Brevin, I love catching up. I could talk to you all night. Hey, we have a little bit of work to do here tonight.
Unfortunately.
Hey, thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me.
All right, our special guest, Brevin Knight, as we roll on right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Darius Garland, he's got the stroke.
Yes, he does.
Then one more.
24 for Darius.
Number 22 is Dad Winston Garland, who finished his career here with the Warriors. Underway.
Going to have to concentrate on these right here. Knocks down the first Starry. Boy, he's taking his time, too.
It's going to be tough now. Needs to run the rack to win it. Got 15, he needs them all. 24 is the number.
Not going to make it.
Nope. And he's out.
All right, we're back here on Cavaliers Courtside. That, of course, was Darius Garland, who represented the Cavaliers proudly at the All-Star festivities as he advanced to the final round of the three-point competition. He, of course, was one of 3 Cavaliers to play in the big game, along with Evan Mobley and, of course, Donovan Mitchell. Don't forget, too, the Cavaliers, by virtue of having the best record in the Eastern Conference, had Kenny Atkinson, who was at the helm. He was the head coach of Team Shaq, which emerged victorious in the All-Star tournament. Kenny also had virtually his entire staff. So, I mean, it was heartwarming for me just to see the entire staff be there back in San Francisco, where Kenny was the last couple of seasons and representing the Cavs organization and doing so well. Finally, of course, the skills competition belonged to 2 Cavaliers, and Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, and here's how it went down.
We'll still dig to the bottom of this.
Well, let's see if Evan Mobley's going to take his own advice and slow down.
Here we go.
There we go.
Final 2 teams, the Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors.
There we go. Better form on this time around. Look at that. Again, 38% three-point shooter this year. Yeah, he's having a better run right here.
Yep, good feel for things. And he got that one right there. And he misses. He'll have to get this through, and does. And he'll finish strong. And then Donovan Mitchell will now take the baton, and here he goes.
Remember, he missed the ball the first time around. Made that crazy pass through. This is still a great run here for the Cavs.
Donovan is shooting a career-high 39% from 3. Nails that one there. That goes in with ease. He'll finish off strong.
Right at 1 minute, it looks like.
Exactly. 60 seconds. Nice time in the final round.
Well, for me,
the first time
it was
1:19, so they shaved 19 seconds off. Which makes sense, and we normally see that in the final round.
Well, for me, it was the start by Evan Mobley, right? I think he got this round going for the Cavs. He was definitely more confident, and he slowed down like he told our own Allie.
Kia America's Vice President of Sales, Eric Watson, here to present the 2025 Kia Skills Challenge trophies to our winning team, the Cavaliers. Now let's send it back to NBA on TNT's Allie LaForce.
Hey, gentlemen, congratulations. Donovan, I'll start with you. You've been an All-Star so many times. Will this be a huge reason why this becomes one of the most memorable All-Star appearances that you've had so far?
I mean, you know, when we agreed to do this, I told Ev I wouldn't let him down. He's already got a win, so it was really the pressure was on me. He did his part. But just it's fun, man, being out here with your teammates. I'm about to watch our teammate DG perform next. So it's exciting. It's a blessing to be out here as a group for sure.
It's a family affair for Cleveland and Evan. It feels like it's the year for Cleveland. Is it, and why?
Yeah, I definitely think it's the year. We started off strong. We continue to go strong, and we're going to finish strong.
Enjoy. Have fun the rest of the time. Thanks, guys.
Last year was the Pacers, the year before the Jazz. And the Cavalier team, by the way, won it back in 2022, and they win it again here, the Kia Skills Challenge, going to Mobley and Mitchell for the best team in the East so far, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, the Cavaliers, of course, were active at the trade deadline where they picked up DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks. He has fit in seamlessly with this Cavalier team. Hunter currently leads the league in scoring among reserves. And then the Cavs, in the buyout market, they get active once again, and they bring in Javonte Green. This guy is a great story. He's a high flyer, a 31-year-old who's in his 6th season in the NBA. A terrific story as well. He received only one Division I offer from Radford University in Virginia, was able to catch on in the NBA after a few years overseas, made his way to New Orleans and now to Cleveland. You can never have too many athletic wings, and Javonte Green certainly fits the bill.
And it's snared away by Javonte Green. Javonte Green coming through and finishing the team. Javonte Green, he got it. Ingram defended by P.J. Washington. Dish to the corner, and a three is drained by Javonte Green. DeJounte Murray inside the Green. Trey thought he was going to get a whistle. It's chipped home by Javonte.
Knocked it home. The lob, Javonte.
It's a nice find, Murray to Javonte Green. Javonte Green hits the three. Nice bounce to Green. Underneath.
What do you feel like you can bring to this team?
I mean, just the energy, you know, the toughness. You know, it's nothing that they're missing or anything. It's just, you know, something that my game brings is, you know, the culture of this team. You know, just how unselfish they are on the offensive end and on the defensive end, how they help each other. You know, and it's just playing together. You know, I'm a very team-oriented player, and I think this team has that. And you know, I think it could be an easy field for me because, you know, that's what I bring. Yeah, I mean, we lost 10 games. Of course, you know, they on TV every other day, you know, and, you know, being a fan of the sport, being a fan of basketball, just, you know, just seeing the top teams and just seeing how, you know, how you want to play, being on other teams, see how you want to play, just trying to mirror another team like you know, the Cleveland, the Celtics, the Thunder, like the teams that's winning. You know, that's a template that every team that's below them wants to see. I feel like good players bring out the best in best out of everybody. You know, just trying to learn from, you know, the things that, you know, that I don't bring to the table that them guys have. You know, maybe if it's not their physical aspect, maybe the mental aspect. You know, just learning how to, you know, just the way they play and stuff like that. I mean, I just feel like we can learn from each other as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Allison Stork. I'm the Director of Marketing and PR for America's Vet Dogs. America's Vet Dogs is a national nonprofit that provides highly trained service dogs to military veterans, first responders, all free of charge. Through America's Vet Dogs Puppy with a Purpose program, we partner with teams, corporations to co-raise future service dogs. What we're most excited for this year is that we are finally launching our first NBA future service dog in training with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Hi, my name's Yana and I'm Reggie's puppy raiser. So our jobs as volunteer puppy raisers are to socialize the dogs, so bring them out in public, get them comfortable wherever they go. Reggie is just meeting kind of everybody around here.
And you can also meet Reggie.
Hey, we're back here on Cavaliers Courtside. Well, of course, community service has always been a backbone of this Cavaliers organization and of any Dan Gilbert-owned organization, and the Cavs were at it once again recently. This time it was Max Strus who hosted. It was down at the corner alley on 4th Street. It's called Bowl the Land, where the Cavaliers raised money for those in need around Cleveland.
I want to give a huge shout out again to the Max Strus Family Foundation once again for giving back to the Cleveland community, and we're going to have some fun right now. So I'm going to introduce to you the ringleader of putting this party together. Everybody make some noise. Give it up for the sharpshooter #1, Max Strus.
First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody here. This is something I've always dreamed of doing. Something I've always wanted to do was give back to the community. In any regard. I like being in the community. I know I don't talk that much, but I like to do it through action. I like to do things. I like to raise money. I like to put a smile on people's faces because I don't know, my family, I don't have any answer besides my family has just helped me through it all. There's no exact pinpoint thing that we want to give it to. We want to touch as many lives as we can. You know, I want to help in you know, people battling cancers, families battling cancer, whether that's visiting a hospital, giving a check to a family to help them through tough times, to pay for bills, raising mental health awareness, and just being in the youth. I run a basketball camp every summer, and I give back to my community at home through that camp. So really just like youth education and youth sports, want to build that up and help in any way possible. So we just want to raise as much money as we can to not just give to one charity, but to try to touch multiple people's lives, just to spread joy and spread awareness to as many people as we can in the Cleveland area.
That's what we do, exactly.
To see everybody here, to have that support, it just goes to show you like how important that is in a team. And it translates, right? It translates, right? Like what we've done on the court this year has been sensational, and something that not a lot of teams can do. And for everybody else to see that, like we're that close. I had to ask them one time to be here, and literally, I didn't ask any front office, I didn't ask any staff, coaches, and everybody is here. And that means the world to me. Literally, I can't put it into words just for everybody to be here. The old Cavs players, I mean, yeah, honestly, it hasn't even hit me yet. But just to have that support, to know that the whole Cavaliers community is behind me, the amount of good that we can do is endless. What I've wanted to do and what I've put into words is actually happening, and that's truly special.
Oh, well done, Max. One of many who makes this work around here in terms of the community service and everything that the Cavaliers do for those in Northeast Ohio. Well, that will do it for us here on Cavaliers Courtside on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. I'm John Michael saying so long.
Okay.